Welcome to the Boujee Boys podcast, where tech, travel, wine, and life's finer things meet a little real talk. The views and opinions expressed in this show are our own and don't represent any organization or employer. We're just here sharing what we love, what we think, and maybe stirring the pot a little. Listener discretion is advised. We keep it classy, but we don't hold back. Now grab your drink and let's get boujee.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Boujee Boys. I'm Ray, your host. My co-host here,
Mike Frazier. How you doing today?
Alex Weeks.
all right, we got Alex in the house. This time he's made his way over here to the studio and he's hanging out. We're drinking some wine, having some snacks, and we got a lot of good conversation. It's been really hard to kind of hold in what we want to talk about, because I know we keep going on to our conversations and we're like, well, we're not ready. Save it for the podcast. And I think we're finally at that point. We're at the podcast.
Well, I think, honestly, every time we sit together, we just start to conversate. And we're here, I think we've been setting up for like an hour, which everybody out there, we don't know what we're doing. We're literally just sitting at the table having a conversation and hope that you guys enjoy and you guys learn something from it. But we have no idea what we're doing. But every time that we start to say something, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save it for the podcast.
I got to get into the same thing, because I'm like, oh, we start talking, I'm like, I just need to hold it. But then I'm afraid if I hold it, I'll forget it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, especially if you're, having a little bit of wine, which we're always going to have on this podcast.
One of the great things about what we share together is all these stories come up. They bubble up and we're like, wow, I bet other people are experiencing the same thing. Or maybe they want to know. And we find things so interesting, and we have all these ideas and all of the experiences that we've had running around the world in each of our families. We've got so much to share, and I'm just excited to be here with you.
I can't agree with you anymore. I mean, there used to be a thing between men where you had a mentor, and that was like a real thing, where you had a mentor, you could learn from somebody. And I think somewhere along the line, be it digital world or, I can't say what it is, but that is gone. Like, you don't have somebody that you can turn to and experience the same problems that you're having and, like, ask a real question. You know what I mean? Like, you can't turn to somebody and say, hey, this is the emotion that I'm having and the thing that I'm going through, and really ask somebody what their advice is, somebody you trust. So I think I'd like to tackle that on this show and really get people's opinion. And I feel like if you're out there and you're listening, we don't know. There's no life book. There's no guide for us either.
yeah, that's right.
If you hear us talk about something and you have an opinion or you have a better way, like, we want your advice too. Yeah. We don't know everything. We're just winging it.
Yeah, just chime in. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this day and age too, with tech, it makes it a lot harder for the mentors, because back in the day, you had your father, you had just your family, that your close friends that you looked up to, and now with the internet, we put our problems out there on Facebook and all these other sites, Twitter, X, and all that stuff, and then you get a bunch of strangers who give you all kinds of feedback, unsolicited or solicited. But I mean, some of it's good, and some is, the hard truth that maybe your mentor wouldn't tell you. It's a different culture though than what it used to be.
Yeah, times have changed. We don't have the same community spirit. We don't have the same family dynamics. Everything is really scrutinized through internet and through things that are popular.
The keyboard warriors, as I like to call them.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that the three of us are just guys out here. I know that I came from humble beginnings, and Alex as well. Ray is, I feel like we're all pretty blue-collar guys. And we just decided at some point in our life that we were going to live our best life. And we were going to not care what anybody else thought. And what our best life looks like might not be what your best life looks like. But maybe we can give you a pointer on how to get there. Yeah. Because I feel like the best saying that always stuck with me in my entire life was, you can make more money, you can't make more time. So the only thing that you're taking with you is memories, right? And I think the three of us have built a lot of memories together. And we're going to talk about that on the show, the memories that we've had together, apart, and our journey. So I can't say that I've arrived in life or that I feel like I'm ever going to feel that point. Maybe other people feel that way about me, but it's always learning for me and where I can go and the things that I can learn and how I can get better and how I can see more of the world and meet more people and just enjoy every moment. Because if you're not enjoying every moment, you only got one shot. There's no reset. There's no, hey, can I get those last 20 years back? There's only, those moments are gone. How do I make the best of the next moments that are coming?
feel like we're going into an Eminem song. When you said that, you got one shot. I was like, that's all I was thinking. I was like, Eminem.
I think that one of the commonalities between all of us is we've all challenged ourselves. We've all taken the next step into the void and the unknown and challenged what we could actually become. And here we are. Not saying we're way up there, but we are in a very good place where we can discuss this stuff together, share these feelings, emotions, experiences, and we have total respect for each other. So I think it's a great place to be.
I mean, I've been looking forward to this. I know Mike's been texting me. I saw him this morning at a function, networking function, Ignite You. We were talking about the podcast a lot and days leading up since the last podcast that we did. He's texting me saying, "Yeah, I can't wait to do it again." And I was like, "Yeah, I've had a good time." And we're like, "Hey, what are we doing today? Let's do it."
That leads back to when I started my business, right? So it was scary because I didn't know what I was doing, and I think you coined.
So those of us that are just joining us, tell what your business, so they know what your business you're talking about.
So I am not necessarily a builder, but I own a small construction company, and we do every kind of home remodeling and building. But really what we concentrate on, what we really love is hire very specific custom spaces. So if you pick up the phone and you call Premier Legacy Builders, you don't need to call anybody else. You don't need a plumber. You don't need to call an electrician.
One-stop shop?
It's everything. So you don't need a designer, an engineer, nothing. We're going to walk you through that whole process, and we're going to educate you along the way and help you and your family and your friends design a space that's going to work for you and for you to live in today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Also going to increase the value of your home as much as we can. So that's what I do, and as we go further into this podcast, I don't want to just advertise my company. I do want to talk about why I do what I do and the reasons why I do what I do. And one of the big reasons is that I got into this to help people. And specifically, that was my closest friend, Alex. At one point, he was going to lose a home.
That's right.
Because he had hoarders living and he didn't know what to do. I'd never done it before.
Squatters. To be clear, a home that you're renting out to people, not your home.
Not my home. They were actually
not the house you were living in.
No.
You aren't the hoarder, right?
Sometimes. My wife would definitely think I'm a hoarder right now. But
just don't go in my garage because I still need to make room for that fridge.
Okay, I'm going to get that fridge to you. But yeah, what had happened, long story short, my wife and I had Laura, and I'm Alex. So we had decided to rent out our house to, not our house, but her mother-in-law's house through an agency. And what really happened was they just stopped paying. And so they were squatters and they were hoarders. And it took us a better part of 6 months to finally have them leave. So we lost a lot of money. And then we found out that they totally trashed the entire interior of the house. Garbage everywhere. It was terrible. None of the appliances were worth saving, including the toilets. So we really were in that dilemma of, do we sell or do we try to fix it? And we had no experience at all. I mean, we hadn't even changed a light, barely even a light bulb. And we were very much in duress. And I talked to Mike and he said, we can do it. And just his energy. He never remodeled the house.
I'd never done it.
And
we
believed him. We're like, okay, if you think we can do it, we're going to believe in you. And you know what? He did it. He crushed it.
Right on.
And that is like the story of my company. Was I remodeled this home. And if you're out there and you're listening, this wasn't something that you could see we did in a month.
No.
It was the better part of a year. Mainly Sundays for a long time, because I was in college for project management. I had a full-time job. You had a full-time job. Kids, a wife. So we were just going when we could. And I'll never forget how cold it was in the house because there was no power.
Power and water off?
No, nothing going on. And we just go there. It's sometimes together, sometimes alone. And we just started knocking it out. And then how I started my company was people came. You guys showed.
Yeah.
We didn't show the public, we showed friends.
We just took a bunch of friends, brought them together, and we wanted to show them. We were so proud of what Mike had done and what his family had done too. And we were proud of, being a part of that because we were working right alongside with him, and he was our guide. He was the guy, he was the foreman.
It's
and we
the whole
listened
word
to
of
everything.
mouth, right?
And we brought the people in, and they were amazed. They were just amazed. And word spread. Neighbors started calling him up. Everybody started calling him up, and he just started getting more and more work, and he became a business owner.
Yeah. And I think we went from, so we've been in business for 5 years. The first 3 years were pretty tough, a big learning curve. And then we went from helping friends with very small projects to doing multi-million-dollar homes.
Yeah.
So very proud of my company, very proud of the people that work for me, very proud to call Ray and Alex my friends. And, you know, as we get into this podcast, you'll learn more about why I do what I do. And I'm not a contractor to make money. That is a byproduct of what I do. I am a contractor to give back to the world I feel like I took so much from. So I just feel like if you live your life every day trying to give 100%, that's going to come back to you. And if you want to wake up every day and not, you know, just be a part of the world, that is also going to come back to you too.
Yeah.
So
totally agree.
you have to wake up every day trying to give 100% to be a friend to Alex, to be a friend to Ray, to be a good husband, to be a good father, and great to your employees, great to your clients. So that's my mindset every day when I wake up, and I am just very blessed to have the people in my life that are in my life and have the employees and the clients. And when I give, I get. So just don't be afraid to fail. And don't be afraid to admit you failed, and don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, asking for help is very, very important because nobody's an island.
The hardest thing too for people to do is ask for help. And
nobody's an island, and you know, like we said early in the podcast, that there's no book. There's only who you have in your life.
And I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things I respect about you, and especially your business, is when I deal with, you know, people that do construction or people that, you know, come and give you bids and do those kind of things. You can tell it's about the money. A lot of people are, you know, trying to find out which ways they can get rich quick kind of thing, and then those are the same type of people that you're not going to get good quality of their work. And I think with you it's a lot different, other than just being friends, but also I feel like even with your clients, you're more personable. You're able to be approached, you're able to have the conversation with them and look out for their best interest, and they may want something, and you'll let them know if it's, hey, you know, have you tried this, or do you think about this way, because this might be a better goal for what you want. And it's not about the quickest way to make money or what's going to make you the most money. And I think you take a lot of pride in your work, and I respect that, and that's proud to call you my friend.
Thank you for that.
But yeah, so I think
if I could chime in on you, Ray. You know, one of the things that I take away from both of you is you look at the people and you try to help them. Being a firefighter, you're looking at people in the eyes and you're feeling what they're going through. Just like you, Mike, you look at people that want to improve their house, and you're looking at who they are as a person and how you can best help them in their lives. And both of you are doing really the same thing. You're orchestrating a better lifestyle or a better house or better health conditions for the people that you're serving.
The biggest difference is Ray has seen people in their worst moment.
Yeah.
So I have to be my best. The whole cliche is I got to be my best when you're at your worst, but except, you know, it has its ups and downs.
So leading into that, I think that, again, guys, we have no idea what we're doing. Yeah. And sometimes we're going to go probably a little dark, and sometimes we're going to probably be a little mushy, and sometimes we're going to talk about things that are uncomfortable. But a lot of it is we just want to come across as three real guys trying to make it in the world and try to make the best life that we can make.
Friends, family, you know, just having a good time.
Yeah, all the things. And so I think that the first few podcasts that you guys are going to see from us are going to be more introduction of who we are and why we do what we do and how we got on the path to have a podcast. And you guys are going to join us on that journey. And we have no idea if this is going to be a 4-episode thing or it's going to be a 40.
You've already told me you're going to make me do this every week, so
I did say that.
I think we pre-booked at least 100 episodes.
So what I was trying to touch on before was Alex.
Until we get that big deal.
He keyed the term. Now, everybody's heard of what would Jesus do?
Yeah.
But that's not what Alex says. Alex says, what would Mike do? And a lot of people say that now. And for you guys out there, what I would do is I would tell you what's the worst thing that could happen. The worst thing that could happen is that you could not try. Because worse than failing or not accomplishing your goals, and the worst thing that you can ever feel is never starting. Because regret hurts worse than a failure every single time. Just do it. You only live once. You only get to do it once. And there's so much risk just walking out of your house. Literally just get up in the morning and just do it. Like, what are you afraid of? What's the
It could
worst
be your
that
last
happen?
day, right?
Yeah. You know that as a
see it all the
firefighter.
time, and people that think they have enough time and have tomorrow. Tomorrow's never promised, and
That's right.
today's the time to do it, and do it now. I mean, and like I like on my Facebook quote, I think I put on there, it's something along the lines of the quote is, if it makes you uncomfortable, if it doesn't make you uncomfortable, it's probably not worth doing.
Yeah. And I think my military service and your military service and your military service and your service to the public, like, really hits home with that. Because we know a lot of people, be it friends or strangers, that aren't here with us today.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're not here with us today. And they didn't wake up that day thinking that they weren't going home that night.
I mean, as far as when it comes to like going to war, being deployed, you know, everyone's had every intention of coming back home and wanting to come back to their family, and not everyone does that. 9/11, when the things hit with the Twin Towers, no one knew the night before, like, hey, I'm going to wake up and go to work and never come home.
That's a good point. Where were you at during 9/11?
9/11, I was in California. I was in college, first couple of years of college, working, living with my parents still. And I was probably, say, when 9/11 hit, I would believe I was 19. And then, so I was at home working for a company, going to college part-time, and just living my life. But then after that happened, that's what kind of pushed me to join the military. All that stuff happened, and I was like sitting around doing my job, working, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life, you know? I'm like, people over there, 9/11 was going, like the firefighters going there and giving their life to help people and dedicating their life, and they didn't make it back. But then here I am just doing my job, doing my thing, and I'm like, am I just not making anything out of it for other people? So, and then I saw a movie, of course, Tears of the Sun, Bruce Willis. Saw that movie, and I was like, it made me even question even more. I'm like, man, I'm not helping the people like I should be. And so then I joined the military. And then I was like, man, why did I do that? I was like, man, I was making good money before the military, and now here I am.
Yeah, once you join, you always question, did I do the right thing?
Yeah, but I think I would not take it back, though. I mean, would I do it again in my position and at the age I'm at now? Probably not. I wouldn't go back in. I think I had my fun, did my thing, got my deployments, did all that. But would I change it if I had to do it all over again? Probably not. I think the good experiences, person I am today, is not only because of my family and my parents and people around me, but also because of the military.
How about you, Mike? Where were you at 9/11?
2001. So 2001 was a very definitive moment in my life. And not for the reasons probably people out there are going to think, but you're going to learn about that. So 2001 is when I lost my mother. So my mother died from mesothelioma, and what me and my family didn't know at that time was survival rate for that disease is 0%. So you get mesothelioma, asbestosis, you do not survive. So she had her lung taken out. It just was a tough run to see her go through that. And she was only 45 years old. So she lost her life very young. She was a beautiful human, a beautiful spirit. And it was very difficult for me to grasp what was happening and how I felt about it. So I was dating a girl, and after my mom passed, I just couldn't be in that relationship anymore. And I was really in a position where I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what is really happening? Like, where am I going? What am I doing here? All the things. So my sister was devastated. My sister is older than me. She's about 2 years older than me, and she was devastated. My sister asked me if I could stay with her. Like, she wanted to be close. It was only me, my sister, and my mother growing up. I said, yeah, sure. Like, literally, I took a room with her. I'd broken up with my girlfriend, and I was just kind of in limbo. And, like, I've been always the kind of person, I'll put my stuff in a trash bag and get on the road. Because you only take your memories with you. You don't take your belongings. So I was staying with my sister, and I'll never forget. I got up in the morning, and it was 9/11, 2001. I was literally walking to the bathroom. Everybody here goes to the bathroom when they wake up. And my sister was like, a plane hit the Twin Towers. And I was like, probably what all of you out there thought. Like a little Cessna hit the side, and you're like, no big deal. Out of the bathroom, and my sister was like, come look at this. And here's one of the towers on fire, and literally, as soon as I walked in the room, the second plane just hit the other. And you're just staring at the chaos. And during that time, I lived pretty close to New York City. I knew people that were there, because I'm from the Boston area. Like, it's a very close environment in New England. So New York is not technically part of New England, but literally you're 2 hours away. Like, you know so many people that are there. like all the things. So many emotions. You're making phone calls, seeing where people that you know are. And during that time, I was a club promoter in Boston, New York City. Like, that's what I did for a living. So that happened. That is not the initial thing that made me join the military. So I stuck it out for probably 4 or 5 more years after that. And I was really trying to make a run at being a business owner. It just wasn't viable, and I didn't feel like I was doing what I was meant to do. So I don't know if anybody ever felt like this. Most of my life, I felt like I was waiting for something. Like, if I was alone, especially, imagine you go out with your friends at night and you're just sitting on your porch and you're having a moment. It's a beautiful night. The stars are out and you're just like contemplating, right? I just always knew I was waiting for something. So there was a catalyst that I'll get into later that happened to me in very early 2006. And that was not my breaking point, but my aha moment. I was like, if I'm going to die, like, I want to do something that matters to me. And that event happened to me, and I joined the military the next day. Literally, the rest is history.
Yeah.
And, it was probably the best thing I ever did, because I have the life that I have now, and I'm a better person for it. It was also, you could say, one of the worst things I ever did, because so many horrific moments. And everybody has a different story, but I had a tough run. So I am appreciative, and like Ray said, I don't think I'd change it. Even though all the things that happened to me and to my friends, I still wouldn't change it. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm very proud of being in that moment, because I have you guys in my life, and I have my wife now and the kids, and an incredible business and incredible life, incredible story. And I'm again blessed to have made it home.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys have deployed. When you come home from that environment, it might not be the first day or the second day or the third day.
It's tough coming home because you get used to it for so long.
Yeah, like
you do.
I think most of us come back from a combat zone and all we do is try to go back. And I don't think a lot of civilians understand that.
It's everything we've known and we've gotten used to over the past year.
Yeah.
Of just every day. It's not like a job where you go there during the day and come home at night and sleep in your own bed.
That's right.
You put everything behind you, and you just got used to living without everything.
Well, I try to explain to people, imagine how long a year is. And nobody really thinks about that, but you're not the same person in regular life that you were last year, 12 months ago till now. Now multiply that by the most scared you've ever been for that entire time, and the most angry you've ever been for that entire time. You are definitively not the same person when you come home, and you don't understand what normal people are doing, or like how insignificant. Like, I felt like everybody's life was insignificant. Like, you're not doing anything. Like, just send me back. So, and it takes you a while to realize, like, it's the part over there that really was insignificant and terrible. It's everything that you're doing in your regular life with friends and family that really matters.
Because when you're over there, it's just like, it's so different, and it's, like you said, insignificant, but to us, that's normal, because that is our normal every day over there, and you just got so used to it.
Yeah.
And you come back here, and it's like, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. I need to go back, because that's where I feel more comfortable in my zone over there, because I know how that is. Over here, it's like, this is like a foreign country over here that we're coming to, back to our lives, back to our houses, stuff like that. It's like,
that's right.
That's the war zone that we're afraid of.
That's true. So when 9/11 happened, I was already in the military. I was in drill instructor school. So we were actually on a bus coming back from a range, and the bus driver said, "Hey, we just heard on the radio that a plane hit the towers." And I'm like everybody else, oh my gosh, someone's hot dogging, and they hit the tower, probably just because they're flying too close, trying to be cool. We walked into the day room and we turned on the big screen TV, and that's when we saw one tower on fire. And like you said, we saw the second plane hit. And as soon as we saw that, we knew it was an attack. They started calling their units, trying to get into the fight. I called mine, 160th SOAR, when I was with them. And it was a really defining moment, too, in so many of our lives. But I'll tell you, I wouldn't change being in the military at all. I met some of the greatest people in the world. I've been through the suckiest times and bonded together with some of the most awesome people of all races and creeds, and we all gelled together so well, and we've done so many things together. And once you get into those combat zones and you're in around a brotherhood and you come back, it's very difficult to assimilate. You're like, I was in charge of so much. I was making calls that had impacts on the people I was around, and now I'm running a PowerPoint. It's like, what am I doing here? You know, you're out of your element. You're now a subject of a greater entity, and you're not making all the decisions on the ground. So it is very hard to come out of that environment and just switch over and say, oh, I'm just going to be typical again, because you're atypical in those combat scenarios. Okay, so just to kind of put it in context, I was working IT with the state, and we thought we had a breach. Biggest agency in Washington State. We thought, hey, there may be a breach. Someone may be getting information from us they shouldn't. That wasn't the case, and one of my coworkers was like frantic. He's like, how can you remain so calm? And I said, no one's shooting at us. It's okay. We'll be all right. And he's like, wow, I never thought about that. But that's the perspective we now have. And sometimes it's just hard to get away from that perspective.
I mean, sometimes I'm like, I wish somebody was shooting at me. All right, guys.
I know how to handle that.
We're going to have to delete that part.
Time out. No one's going to shoot at anybody.
I was like, it's one of the things someone shooting. You know how to handle that one. You've been in that position before, you know. But these other things that we're coming across, like, this is new territory.
Well, as a vet, like, I believe a lot of us we don't have fear. We don't have, and some people call it stupidity or bravery.
We don't have that filter.
We don't have off.
Yeah.
We don't have, there's danger over there. Maybe I shouldn't go over there. And you were talking about, hey, is it okay to talk about the motels that my family owns and that we manage? So we have a motel that's in between multiple casinos. And out there, you can imagine it's not a great area. Multiple cases, my wife has told me, like, you should not be outside with 6 large individuals. And I'm like, I don't have that. Most people have flight or fight. I just
have fight.
Yeah, like there's danger over there. I think that'll be fun. Let's go over there and see what's going on.
Danger gets attractive.
So, I mean, it's a different lifestyle, but also I think in my business and in your business, as well as yours, I think that we can be successful because we can think very easily on our feet. Yeah. We want the pressure. We want the decision-making issues that other people can't handle. And we want them every day.
That's where, like, talking to some people doing, like, as a paramedic and a firefighter at work, seeing the stuff that I see and going to the calls I go, it's like, you ever thought about, taking the bridge to become a nurse or a PA or doing those kind of things and working? I'm like, well, then go work in a hospital or a clinic. I'm like, I'd rather, I did some of my rotations in the OR in the operating room doing like intubation stuff for our skills for medic stuff, and I'm like, I could not do this being in a sterile environment of just in a hospital and doing I need the chaos. I need the uncertainty of going on a call and the rush that comes with what's not knowing what's going to happen next. I mean, you can walk into a normal house and it ends up being something completely 180, I would say, just the whole of what you thought what you're walking into. I work better under pressure in that aspect. I mean, but it's funny when I come home and then certain things happen and I blame it the PTSD or something, but I snap or get a little thing a lot easier and a lot quicker and get all like irritated a lot quicker, and I'm like, well, I'm supposed to be able to handle pressure, but it's a different world.
Well, it's different when people you love.
Yeah,
it is. Because my wife is like, I don't understand why you get so upset so fast, and I'm like, well, because I love you.
Mine says the same thing too.
Yeah,
to me.
When you're hurt or upset, I'm upset and I'm hurt
because we're more emotionally tied to those scenarios. Whereas at work or other places, it's like when we're calm when all this is going on, it's like we're not attached like we are at home.
That's right.
No, because during those times when there's a lot of chaos and you're in those moments where you know that you can perform, like I get very calm because I know everybody else is freaking out. Like I know what needs to be done, and I know that in most cases, I'm the only one that can do it. I don't know about you guys, but what do they call that? Tunnel vision?
Yeah, it's tunnel vision. Yeah.
The books on combat.
Yeah.
So in those
you
moments
get that
where
1,000-yard stare because you see
when
everything.
When everything slows way down and you're like in that moment and you can see the things that are going to happen, you're like, okay, I can handle. Like that's where I feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable when my wife is in pain or hurt.
That's your nerve center. So the family is your nerve center, And when our families are upset or hurting or angry, it impacts us immediately.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
our nerve center.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, yeah. When I go to work and go to calls where they deal with pediatrics and kids, and the parents are just distraught, and they're like just as bad as the patient. It gets to the point where I'm doing fine, but I'm like, if this was my own family, I'm like, I'd be a mess if it was my kid. But luckily, it's not my kid, and I'm able to do it. But that's what they rely on us to, because they can't handle it themselves. And so, yeah, it's totally different when it's your own family. I mean, you were there when we were in Paris and we lost Walter.
We're going to cut that out of the podcast.
My wife handled that pretty well. Me,
Both of you handled it very well.
I felt like I was freaking out, but I don't know. I was just like, I was just trying to think of like, okay, we need to find him. And I don't think I was like frantically screaming, but I was like, okay, you guys are doing your thing. I'm going to go backtrack to where we went and try to trace my steps back and find them. But.
So yeah, I want to say, like, we have great conversations, and if you're listening out there, we're probably going to post this, because everything that we do, we don't have any idea what we're doing. And some of our podcasts, we said, are going to go pretty deep, and some will be dark, but just bear with us. We are going to have some fun.
It's all fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I feel like we need to get out who we are and where we come from and the things that we've been through, so that when you guys are listening to us, like, you can really enjoy where we're coming from.
Yeah.
and I think they're getting to know us, but at the same time, I think this is a lot of stuff and an opportunity for us to get to know each other too.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff that we know about each other, but there's a lot of stuff we don't know. And so it allows it to come out and we can have this discussion. So but I think we'll get to the fun stuff soon. I mean, maybe to us it's not as fun, but people out there may be like, oh, I can identify with that.
Well, and the same thing with these conversations is people need to know, like, we're real people. We've made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I think we've had a lot of fun. I mean, tonight we literally went over and said these are the topics we covered. We have not covered any of those topics.
We have not covered any of them.
we free flow, and and really the audience, you're getting context and content all together.
Yeah.
So we're just free flowing on this and sharing.
Just seeing where this takes us. The flow, going with the flow. I mean.
And if there's people out there, like, what I really look forward to in this podcast is having the ability in the future to interact with the public.
Yes.
And not like, don't bring your stalker to my house at 11 p.m. because that's not going to end well for anybody.
Oh my gosh.
But, like, to have conversations, or for people out there, if they really enjoy spending time with us online, maybe they might enjoy spending time with us in real life and seeing where we're at and doing the things that we do.
Yeah, and I think we're open to eventually, turning, not only doing these podcasts, but opening up, turning into events and stuff like that. Maybe host a little party. Hey, Super Bowl party. Not in my house. You guys can't come to my house. Well, you guys can, but you guys can't. But we can always get-togethers and do stuff like little events or stuff. Maybe once a year, twice a year, have some kind of event. If we get a big enough following or people that are interested, we can host some kind of Boujee Boys banquet. Do something,
And we know some pretty good travel agents.
Huh.
If some of you guys are out there, I heard you guys talk about being in France and Paris, and I'd really love to be there and go on that. I mean, come on out.
Oh, I would love to.
The more the merrier.
I know. I'm like, yes, we went to, you were supposed to go with us, but you got busy.
Hey, I went to Eastern Europe. 5 countries, 15 days. So, I mean.
You did your own little side with the side vacation there, but it would have been great if you joined us.
I know.
But Alex and I, we had a great time. We were in Paris. We went, how long? It's like 14 days?
14 days.
And I got to tell you, after seeing 5 countries, Paris is still my favorite.
You can't go wrong with Paris, but you have to go to Italy.
We have to do it.
We will go to
Italy.
This cheese here is Italian.
So if you guys are out there and you're listening, our next stop that's planned, don't get it messed up. We are Boujee Boys. We might be somewhere else sooner.
Oh.
Because we hit Hawaii, we hit California. Sometimes we just hit Orlando.
Yep.
Sometimes you might find us in somewhere in Europe, and sometimes in Canada. You might find us in Massachusetts. Like, we're all over the place. Because all of us, we literally work. You will not find us not working when we're at home. And when we're not working, we are either with our children or with our wives or traveling. So at any moment, you could be like, hey, they're not in the same studio. That's because Alex is in Europe, or I'm in Massachusetts visiting family, or Ray is in Paris. We're kind of squirrely like that, and that's what we want to bring to you guys.
I want to go to China.
We want to bring to you guys, like, there's no bullshitting here. Like, we really play hard and we work hard, and this is what we believe everybody should be doing in their lives. Like, you only get one life.
And that's why I love like the way they live in Europe, is the fact that they work to live.
Yeah.
And
They don't
here
live to work.
we live to work.
We
a lot
do.
Of people. A lot of people here, they get up, they go to work, they come home, and repeat every day until they're ready to retire. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to retire. Now I'm going to go see the world. But when you retire, and then now you're disabled, or you don't, have health conditions and you can't travel, you kind of missed it. So that's what I'm afraid of. So I was like, I'm not retired, but I'm going to travel like I am. And I'm going to do both. I'm going to work, but also do it while I can.
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy myself nice things, and I'm gonna buy my wife nice things, and I don't have to live ridiculously. But I can tell you this much: I'm not jealous when I look on Instagram. I am living my best life, and you're living your best life, and you're living your best life, and we're doing it every single day.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not having fun, I'm not doing it.
I know. I was a little jealous when I saw your wine cruises and you're going up there. I was like, man, I wish I was there. But
I mean, you are there most of the time.
But we're gonna do it. I mean, we have our own trips too.
Yeah.
So that's our next trip that, like you said, we have planned.
We didn't even talk about that. I didn't get to that. Our next planned trip is not this Christmas.
2026.
Next Christmas, we're going to be in Prague. That's the starting point, and we're going to be over there for 14 or 15 days.
Christmas market cruise.
And it's a river tour through Europe.
A lot of
Germany.
Oh, so much wine.
So we know some people that like wine.
We know a couple people, yeah, for sure. And I got to say, I don't foresee that being the only trip we're going to take.
No,
there'll be more.
We're definitely going back at some point to Paris.
Can I suggest, if you live in
Italy.
Washington State, right, take a trip to Scottsdale, Arizona for the weekend.
True.
Super cheap flight, amazing town, great places to eat, great place to walk around.
Get your vitamin D. You need it.
It is a superb place to visit. I absolutely love it. I try to go there as often as I can. And it's not so crazy as going to Vegas, but you're not at home and you just get some breathing room. 2 or 3 days of
Never been
breathing
to
room.
Scottsdale.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh, man.
I've been to Tucson, but that's about it.
Tucson's nice, but I think Scottsdale is quite amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Have to let me know next time you guys go. We should plan some
I mean, we might go for my birthday. My birthday's coming up.
That would
next
be
month.
good.
Isn't it? Is it Scottsdale? I thought what were we talking about the other day?
They were talking about Vegas,
Vegas.
and then
We
I
were
was
thinking about
talking about
Vegas.
staying home, and now I'm thinking maybe we should go away. I mean,
So many places, so little time.
So in November, I think we have to go to California for my brother-in-law's wedding.
when is that?
Like November 10th or something.
My birthday's the 6th.
Yep.
I think that's
right
what we
on that
talked about. You
weekend.
were talking about doing something for your birthday, but then I don't think we're leaving till later. So
So what are we doing for your birthday, by the way? You can't leave me hanging, because I'll cut off Vegas and we'll just do whatever you want to do.
I don't think we're gonna do Vegas, but I think maybe either we'll do Bellevue and we'll do something here,
Okay.
or we'll do Scottsdale, because Scottsdale is a quick flight, and I really
it's
love
pretty
it.
decent priced.
Oh yeah, round trip $220-$230.
Oh, it's just like almost like Walla Walla.
yeah.
Well, that's only like 75.
Yeah, that's
isn't
true.
it?
Well, I
Yeah,
think we
it's only
paid 110 round trip, didn't we?
Well,
Round
because you
trip.
bought it
Yeah,
last
you're
minute.
right. You're right.
Yeah, that's true. Everything's last
Right.
minute.
And speaking of Walla Walla, if you've never been there, we know some great guides that live out there, and they are wine. What would you call them?
Aficionado? What do they call
No.
it? Like the cigar.
Enthusiast?
Royalty?
Aficionado. Yeah, oh yeah.
I would call them
That's
royalty.
That's a good term.
So
They're in good with all the popular winemakers.
they love to show people around, and they do a lot of events throughout the years, and you definitely are missing out if you are even interested in trying wine. Most of the wine that you guys are going to see are either Columbia Valley or Walla Walla that we drink, and there's a reason for that, because I mean, the wines in Washington State are pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean that's where I like wine. When I first started drinking wine, it was always about French wines, and that's when I started getting into it. It was my first trip to Paris and doing all that, and I was like, I don't want to try. California wines were okay. I'm like, yeah, everyone makes a big deal about California. I'm like, I like French wines. And then coming and trying the ones finally out here, Walla Walla and all that, and I was like, wow, Red Mountain, and I was like, these are actually pretty good wines, and found out comparably that the wines are similar to France because of the longitude and latitude and all that stuff. Soil is similar and everything else, so they have a lot of grapes that are comparable to over there. It might have been Kieran or one of us mentioned it over last time we were at Walla Walla, and I think maybe might have been the winemaker, but they're over there in Walla Walla. They have a lot of the Bordeaux blends and the way they do things out there, and this is more of like a new age wine, modern way of doing.
That's right.
The wine stuff. And
they push
France and
envelope.
Europe, they're all old school. They stick to the old school stuff, and so it's similar here, but they do a lot of the modern techniques.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
there's
just as good.
two regions I love, and that's, of course, Red Mountain. Red Mountain's amazing. But the other one in California is, my wife's going to kill me because I can never say it right, Paso Robles?
Paso Robles?
Paso Robles, yes. Those two are my top two competitors because I find...
very similar wines.
Yeah, very similar wines,
Yeah.
and they both have really good finishes, I mean, for the most part. So I think
Yeah.
those are two regions that I just totally go for.
And there were so many misconceptions. I mean, maybe I'm getting pretty old. Maybe I'm just an old white guy drinking wine, but I don't think that's the case. I think I had a lot of misconceptions about the people in the wine industry and the people that drink it, that they
Yeah.
were stuck up and stuffy and, very close-minded and didn't want to be around normal people, but that is not the case. Some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life are from when I started drinking wine. And literally, wine is not about drinking wine.
Mm-mm.
It's about the people.
It's
I mean,
connections. Yeah.
wine, you are going to find wines that you really love and don't like. But what you're going to find more than anything else is the best times of your life. Sitting around drinking wine and having conversations and talking with like-minded people or not like-minded people.
Basically what we're doing
cool
right now.
things.
is
Yeah.
People just we sit around, drink this wine, and have a conversation.
Ray, you've heard of bar fights, but you've never heard of a wine bar fight.
It's true.
I've never heard of anybody getting a scrap at a wine bar.
Yeah, out there, if you've had a bar wine fight, we want to hear
Yeah, I
about it.
want to hear about it. Have you heard about
We're
a
gonna
fight
need
in a wine
pictures.
bar?
Yeah, pretty chill. It's not like you hear the story like, oh, when someone says, when I drink tequila, I get all crazy. You don't hear about, when I have Cab Sauv, I go nuts. I drink that Merlot and it just hits different and I want to go punch everyone.
Merlot, right?
It's
Speaking
Cab
of wine,
Sav,
though,
right? So we took a small break. Now we're back, and I think I'd like to talk about how we all met. So let's talk about how you and Ray met.
Oh, so Ray and I met at one of his fellow firefighters' house.
I was camping.
Oh, was it camping?
We went to the RV park,
You're right.
Prosser.
That's right, Prosser RV Park.
Yeah, we did that. Rich Scott, we met through him. He invited me because I had my trailer. I got a new trailer, and he used to go camping all the time. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to this RV spot, wine tasting. I know you like wine."
Wait, is that the first time I met you too?
Yeah, we went to the same place.
Oh, we were doing the 90s thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we did the 90s throwback, and everybody
No,
dressed up.
80s.
80.
80s.
Yes.
80s. And we did the throwback, and
Yes.
everybody dressed like it. Now, if you're listening out there, I'm going to post pictures.
Yeah, we got to post pictures.
I
of
think
that.
we got to post
People gotta see
pictures
that.
because it was
I had that.
ridiculous.
In fact, we were going to all the wine tasting rooms, all dressed up in 80s garb,
Yeah.
and everybody loved
That's
it.
the first time I met you?
Yep.
Man, I thought the first time I
I
met you
thought
was
it
in a
was
dark
before.
room in prison.
It might have been. I didn't know you at the time.
But you remember.
Yeah.
Was it good for you, too?
But yeah, that was the first time. That's when I met you, and I met
my
you at the
gosh.
same trip. Yeah.
thought we
I
had
looked at
met
this guy. I was
before.
like, I asked Rich. I'm like, does he know he looks like Elon Musk? I was like,
Sometimes. It looked like him a
like
lot.
my wife was like, didn't you know? Like she's like, who's Elon Musk?
And then they look at me and they go, he even has a bodyguard.
And then so we looked up, Elon Musk. And I was like, oh, he looks pretty similar.
Yeah.
He looks like they could be related.
Yeah, for
And then,
sure.
at least I feel like I'm not the only one because when we went to Paris,
So we got the best service at this really bougie restaurant in Paris. Amazing. The servant was just like all over our table, like, what do these guys want? He's like, are you sure? I'm like,
that was London.
Oh, that was
the high
London.
tea or the tea place.
that's right.
Because they thought you were Elon Musk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's like,
was
can I
sure
ask
of
you a
it.
question? You can tell me if you're not, but are you Elon Musk?
And Alex was like, yep.
I was like, you
No,
should've.
no,
But then we went to the Italian restaurant,
that's right.
and that couple that was next to us, they were like they asked too, and then that was
interesting.
So tell me, Ray, tonight's an unusual night for us. So the first night we got together, right? It was like 20 minutes fast. I think we all live a busy
Yeah.
life, right?
Yeah.
And I was the one that had to cut out. So this is our first real full-length podcast. So let's talk about that. What is today?
Today is what, Friday?
Today's Friday, right?
Yeah.
And you would think that Friday is the last day of work, but it's not. So for me, I work probably every single day because I own a business and me and my family own motels and rental properties. So there's always something that needs to be done. But For Ray works a crazy schedule, is, better part of, let's say, a fucking unicorn. And now he has the most excellent job in the world where he just sits at home and points his finger and hits enter a bunch of times.
I'm a house bunny.
But his wife is Dr. Laura Weeks, and she works a crazy schedule.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
So there's not many opportunities for us to have these long conversations in person with each other. So we're probably going to sit here for probably another hour and have more conversations, if my battery lasts. But I wanted to make sure that people out there know.
You can still plug in and charge if you want.
It's a Friday, and we're going to have a bunch of wine, and we're going to have some great conversations.
We could go out to the bar. We could go other places, but no, we'd rather just hang out here with each other and drink some wine and have these conversations.
Yeah, which is the best place in the world for me. I don't think I'd rather be anywhere else than with you guys, which is the choice I think we always make.
And I think, it doesn't matter where we're at, whether my place, your place, or wherever. It could be, whether it's in Vancouver, Canada, or Washington, or Walla Walla.
Well, I think that the people out there are going to get a feel for what kind of life we live very, very quickly.
Because we'll take all this with us on the road, and we can do this wherever we go, whatever hotel. We generally stay in the same hotels or same places.
Well, this weekend, what are we doing, right?
Oh, we're going to the Seahawks game.
Oh, we're going to the Hawks game, right?
Yep, playing Tampa Bay.
Nice.
So I'm going to wiggle a little bit here. And then what are you doing this weekend, Alex?
That's actually a good question. It's kind of up in the air. I'll probably be doing some stuff around the house, stuff for the mother-in-law, my father-in-law. He needs a little bit of assistance now that he's getting a little bit older. I just play it by ear on the weekends. I really do, unless, of course, we book something where we can go out and enjoy each other.
I know the wives are already planning and talking. I know we were talking about Woodinville in the next week or two.
So we're definitely talking about Woodinville, and that might be the next week or two and my birthday. Yeah. So that was a definitive leader in my birthday.
50 year.
So this is my 50th year on this blessed earth.
You're about the same age as the Seahawks. This is their 50th season.
I mean, I'm the same age as something, Most people look at me and they say, "You're in great shape." And I say, "I'm 100% disabled." And they say, "No, you're not." And then I list everything that I had out of the military, and then I say I'm 50 years old, and they say they don't believe it. All you have to do is watch me in the morning. When I have to grab the back of my shirt and pull myself out of bed, still living my best life. And I think that you guys out there are really going to get an idea of why we call ourselves the Boujee Boys.
Definitely.
Because we work really hard and we live the best life that we can live. And
we don't settle with the little things we like. We like the best.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to work really hard, I'm going to wear a Tag Heuer watch. If Ray's going to work really hard, he's going to Paris twice this year. And if Alex is going to work really hard,
my wife will get a coach.
Wow! You better hope she don't see that recording.
No, she'll be like, Coco Chanel, what the heck are you talking about, Coach?
No, dude, them going over in Paris trying to go to Louis Vuitton, and I was like, nope, you got to stick to the passport. $400. It's like $400 passport wallets. Nope. I can make you this for cheaper.
Walking into a store in Paris, and Laura, my wife, drinking champagne, and Laura saying, "Please distract Alex." It's the only time I've ever seen them argue. And the funny part is that if Laura would have said, "Hey, I'm going to spend $5,000 on this new bag," Alex would have said. The problem is that she was like, "Don't tell Alex."
I got hoodwinked. We usually
she's still got that goddamn bag.
Oh yeah, she gets the bag, but she also got a little bit of my not so nice attitude when I found out that she didn't tell me what she was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, but we worked through it.
I think all of us are pretty blessed that you would think, and when you guys finally see pictures, we're all, I use the word too much, I think blessed. We're all
#blessed.
Very blessed to have beautiful women as wives. And I think we just got lucky. And what you guys don't know is that me and Alex know each other because our wives have been best friends for the better part of 45 years.
Yeah.
Like since they were very, very, very little girls.
Like 7 or 8 years old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're not that old, so maybe 30 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 years, but they've been best friends that whole entire time. And that's how I met Alex, and the girls are very tight, but, I can't ask for more out of a wife or more out of a best friend and his wife and my other best friend and his wife. But all of our wives are pretty good looking.
Oh yeah,
Pretty beautiful
and
people.
great personalities.
And pretty intelligent women.
They all have good
I don't
head
know
on their
why
shoulders,
they
down
picked
to
us.
earth.
I mean, I know why they picked me. Well, I really don't. But the point is that you'll see all of our wives are beautiful women, but they're not
Pretentious.
high maintenance. A little, but not the way that you think out there.
Not the traditional what we
No.
think.
They're not traditional out there. They're very hardworking, and they're like us.
They earn what they earn to be what they.
They're literally like us, and I think in life, if you stop dreaming, then you just stop moving. So our wives, as well as us, are all dreamers, and they always want to do incredible things, and our wives work very hard, and they play very hard, just like us.
Yeah.
And they have objectives. They want to see things change for the better, and so they're a forcing function in our lives, whether we like it or not. They will. They'll let us know that we need to step up our game and do better because they believe in us, and that's like that nerve center. That family's that nerve center, and a lot of times they're the brain saying, "Come on, let's get moving."
I mean, my wife, with me being gone for 48 hours at a time between her, between work or other stuff, having to run the family because she's pretty much got to, take care of the family and make sure that everything's running while I'm gone. And so, yeah, with my job and the way the family is, I couldn't do it without her.
Yeah, it's a full-time job too.
She's the glue that keeps us together.
Let's talk about what your wife does from time to time.
Wow. I mean, do we have another hour?
So not
got all the
only
time in the world.
is she the loving wife of Mike Frazier, but she also runs a motel,
Multiple
motels.
Helps you keep your construction sane.
together. I think that I always believe that you should have a strong relationship, but I've known historically that a lot of people that have been together for the length of time that we've been together and they do a remodel in their home, like those are reasons for divorce.
Yeah, they get so upset. People get just totally irate about something changing in their environment.
Couples that spend too much time together, that can cause a divorce. Or people, imagine if you're out there and you're with your spouse 24 hours a day and you work together. Very difficult because most of us compartmentalize that, and you're with your wife but you're at work. So me and my wife, we run multiple motels, and we run rental properties that we own, and we run a construction business, and we do that together every single day of every month of every year. There are difficulties that happen in those, but I feel like we've always learned to grow from those and lift each other up and leave our pride at the door when we come to our marriage. So you have to let go of your pride. What you have to remember is the person that loves you the most can hurt you the most. And when you're upset, that's what you do, is you go after the person that loves you the most. That is not what me and Brenda do, but I can tell you that Brenda makes me a better man, and I make her a better woman. We are honest with each other, and we don't pull any punches, and each one of us understands that I'm not telling you this because I want to hurt you. I'm telling you this because I want to make you better, and I want you to succeed, because when you succeed, I succeed. So I'm telling you, like, hey, my wife's telling me, like, you just did a project and all of that trim is wrong. It's all wrong. There's nails all the way through it, and the wall is crooked, and you're like immediately upset because it's your wife. Like you're like defensive and angry, and your claws come out like a mama bear, and you're like, no, you can't. But literally, she's telling you that because she doesn't want you to be embarrassed. She wants you to be better, and she doesn't want somebody else to notice.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
And not only the homeowner, but another contractor. Like those moments, you have to really put your pride down and decide that the person that's telling you that is telling you that because they love you and they want you to succeed.
And that's where I do the same thing with my wife. It's like with the whole leather stuff that I'm doing. If you don't know, I'm doing some leather goods and custom leather stuff along with a bunch of other stuff. But I do a project, make a wallet, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll spend so much time or effort into it and do it. And I'm like, I'm proud of myself, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing great. This looks amazing. And she'd be like, oh, you missed a stitch. And I was like, oh shit, she noticed that. And I'm like, but I'll get upset. I'll get all defensive because I'll be like, to me, I'm like, can you understand that, like, I don't know what I'm doing, but now I'm doing it, and I'm proud of myself. You should be happy. But then do I want her to be fake happy and be like, oh, yeah, it's amazing, even though it's not? Or do I want her to call me out and be like, hey, you missed the spot? And she isn't doing it to be negative or isn't doing she's doing it to help me out.
She's a quality control, just
exactly.
like my wife. My wife is quality control. I'll build something. Now, I'm not a builder. Mike's a builder. I'll build something and she'll be like, I don't know if that's...
Leave it to the professionals.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work, you know.
It hurts our pride, but at the same time...
It hurts our pride, but it's true.
But she's looking out for us.
Yeah, she's giving us truth.
And they're looking out, they want the best for us, and they want to... If we can't rely on honest feedback from them, then who can we rely on honest feedback from?
Yeah, it does hurt.
The truth hurts, but at the same time, it makes us a better person. Because if she points it out, we can correct it. They just want the best for us. And if we go to do something again and we do it, we know not to do that. We're learning from those mistakes, and they're helping us.
Well, you know, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes as a man, like, I just want a pat on the back.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
We're like dogs. I mean, we just want to be loved. You pat us, give us a little treat.
Let me tell you
We're
about
happy.
that. Let me tell you about that. So every once in a while, you know, I just reach out to my wife and I tell her, you know, every once in a while you could tell me I'm really good at what I do and that you're happy with what I'm doing. And my wife will lean in real close. My wife is Korean, and there's no bullshit in what she says to you. You guys know Brenda. She'll lean in and she'll look at me for a long period of time and she'll say, maybe you should have married a white girl. Now, I'm not offending anybody out there, but my wife is never gonna give me a pat on the back. You know what my wife will do? She will never put me down in front of any other person in this world, and she will always make sure that she lets me know the mistakes that I make so that I look good in front of other people and that I look like a man, that I'm doing man things, and that I am never misrepresenting my family, which is so much better than somebody giving you a pat on the back when you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, my wife brings me humility.
Yeah.
I don't like the humility that I get sometimes, but I understand that it's the truth.
And I think, like, as a man, it's just kind of like, we have that pride. It's just...
We do.
Well, you have that pride, but if you look...
Just bring us some tacos. Okay. You try to just put it on the table there. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
You got to pound it out. Remember what happened last time?
Are you trying to get on camera? Is that what you're trying to do?
Come on, buddy. Come on, pound it out.
Well, we got Walter here, one of my kids. He's bringing a...
Yeah. Walter, pound it out. What happened last time you didn't pound it out? Come on, buddy. There you go.
Thank you, Walter.
Thank
you, buddy. So that was Ray's son, and he's a pretty cool kid. Man.
Middle child.
Yeah.
He's got middle child syndrome.
Well, middle child syndrome is pretty awesome because, you know, if you need to hide a body, it's always the middle child.
If I had to call someone for help for something like that, just in general like that, he'd probably be the one I call. I can't call my oldest, can't call my youngest.
Wait till he's older, you'll know.
Yeah, my oldest will be like, no, that's wrong. You got to follow the rules. My youngest will be like, she's like, no, can't help you. Yeah. And then my middle child's like, where do you want to hide it?
Tyro will be like, you want to use my truck? Do we need lime? You want me to bring a shovel?
Don't air that.
There's no censors here.
I mean, by the way, we've never murdered anybody.
Nope.
Illegally.
There you go. We killed them with kindness.
So I think...
They're already dead by the time I found them.
Well, I think it's 9 p.m. here. I think we've had a great conversation. We're going to have more. We're at an hour and 20 minutes. So, Ray, again, thank you so much for having us here. And again, for everybody out there, we don't know what the heck we're doing. We are trying, and I think we're going to get better as we go. It's
a blank slate, and you guys help us write the story, tell us some directions that you want, send us, leave comments, give us subjects that you want us to talk about. We're kind of going everywhere and anywhere, Like one thing we did say in the beginning is we're staying away from politics and we're staying away from heavy religion. We're not going to endorse or promote one religion or anything like that. We may talk about spirituality and religion as a whole in general, but yeah, everything else, I mean...
Fair game.
I mean, we'll, like you said, want to hide the bodies. Where are we going to hide the bodies?
That's right. So, my name is Mike Frazier. I am now a committed member of the Boujee Boys.
Oh, yeah, and you got your card, and I got your card for you.
Awesome. Matter of fact, I think I'm a carrying member. So, I am founding member number 2.
Whoa. What, you gave me number 1?
Is that mine?
It's yours.
So... Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. And, we're just out here having a little bit of wine and conversation. And, hey, if we suck, let us know.
I dare you.
And if
We know where you live.
If we don't suck, let us know. All right, everybody, have a great night. Thank you for coming.
You've been listening to the Boujee Boys podcast with your hosts Ray, Michael, and Alex. If you like what you've heard, make sure to subscribe and follow us on YouTube, X, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find all the links at www.boujeeboys.net, www.boujeeboys.net. The views and opinions expressed in this show are our own and don't represent any organization or employer. We're just here sharing what we love, what we think, and maybe stirring the pot a little. Listener discretion is advised. We keep it classy, but we don't hold back. Until next time, grab your drink and stay bougie.